Built in the heart of the city, Swansea Market is Wales's largest indoor market.
There you are, 1682, that's fantastic, thank you very much indeed.
Every day, more than 700 people compete alongside each other for business.
Get your chestnuts and your satsumas!
Cockles! Come and get your fishies!
Their stalls will trade with the communities of modern Wales.
£4.79, £4 you.
Oh, we think about it. Leave it the reverse. Yeah, we think about it.
And service its oldest institutions.
First time I've ever shook hands with royalty, you know.
In the grip of a recession, this is the one place where a small idea can still turn into a big profit.
The total business turnover is forecast to be just over £5 million.
But the way we shop is changing. City centres are losing business to large supermarkets and retail parks.
I've never seen it as tough as it is now.
You're destroying the livelihood of 700 people if you destroy Swansea Market. So how can it be right? How can it be right for the country?
The market has to pull together as a unit, as a team, I guess.
Filmed over the busiest period of the market's year. This series explores the fortunes and fates of the city's traders as they try and keep their business dreams alive.
3 minutes late. You know, Paul, it's not good enough, is it, son?
We just got to pray that somebody wants what we've got, basically. That's all we can do.
Well, look at all these lovely, happy people. You don't get that in Tesco.
It's early November in Swansea. For the last 800 years, traders here have risen early to bring produce to the city centre, hoping to earn a living from a day's business in the market. Whilst the city has changed over the centuries, one tradition has remained. It's always the fishmongers who arrive first. Adrian Coakley-Green's family have been supplying Swansea with fish for over 4 generations.
These have come from down the south coast, Newlyn. Some beautiful gear here. Our reputation is we buy quality fish, maybe a little bit more expensive, but it's worth paying that little bit extra to buy very good quality products.
Adrian is one of 3 fishmongers competing in the market. Every day he battles to keep the customers buying from his stall.
Yeah, lovely fish those, Lee. Presentation is everything. If it looks good, people will stop and say, oh, that's a bit of a wow factor. We like that. Look at those. As if they've been hand dipped in a pot of red paint. That's colour. That is colour. We like that. Now, again, colour. The little bit of green, that's a wow factor prawn. That's the piece de resistance. Customers love to see that.
Adrian spends 3 hours each morning crafting his fish so they stand out from his rivals.
You can look back at that there and say, well, maybe this is even better than Harrods.
Swansea Market is home to 103 of Britain's 4 million small businesses. Some will work together, and some will compete fiercely against each other. The success of each stall depends solely on the hard work and ingenuity of the people running them.
You've spent hundreds of thousands of pounds setting up beautiful shops. They are filled with many more hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of stock. We've all come to the same place at the same time for the same purpose, to try to earn a living. Are we going to make £2 today? Are we going to make £4,000 today? Who knows? Until it happens, it's in the air.
Good morning to all the traders. Swansea Market is now open. Thank you.
next 9 hours, over £30,000 will change hands. 4,000 Welsh cakes will be baked, and 200 lamb chops sold. 3 metres of hair will be cut off, and 2 metres sewn back on.
Yeah, it's a lot better, thank you.
The city's oldest pensioners will be served alongside its youngest children. Generations of stallholder will do business with generations of customer, as everyone tries to turn their product into profit.
Tempers flare because we're all under extreme pressure, and people get, oh my God, you know, what's happening? Why haven't we got that in? You've let Mrs. Jones down, and there's people here. Where's my order? Where's my order? And you know, you just can't cope with it all. Afternoon for the green.
The backbone of the market has historically been fresh local produce. Alongside the fishmongers, there are 7 cooked meat stalls, 3 bakers, and 4 greengrocers.
That one okay? Or I can pick some big ones out of the car there.
Billy Upton's is one of 4 butchers in the market, and like all the others, is a family business.
Sausage?
$6.93, sir.
$6.93, mate.
Pork steaks, a 2 lot of sausage there, 4 ribeyes, and 3 packs of gammons. That's number 1.
Was there anything else you'd like today?
Oh, that's all right, thank you.
Lovely, thank you very much.
34 years I've been in this market. Started when I was younger than the boys over there. Things are totally different then to what they are now. We really had to work.
$10.99, please.
Out the counter over there now, we'd have 4 or 5 deep on a Friday and Saturday. You didn't have time to cut it to make it look pretty. You had to cut it, get it on the counter, because people were coming and taking piles of the stuff. Yeah, it's for Jay, right? A lot of people in here made an awful lot of money. But don't get me wrong, it wasn't money for nothing. Everybody in here who earned money. You had to work very, very hard for whatever you took.
The market has created many millionaires in Swansea. Farmers, fishermen, and food producers from across Wales have all sold their wares under its roof, making a tidy profit from customers who until recently had little option but to shop in the city centre.
20 years ago, you wouldn't be standing there talking to me. I'd be off. I'd be having a row off my old man for standing here talking to you, because we should be serving, I don't know, probably 15 customers that were waiting. If you didn't shop at the market, you didn't eat. You didn't have food on your plates. Everyone came in here.
But in recent decades, large supermarkets have opened around Swansea. Car parks have been turned into offices and the high street pedestrianised. The food producers of Swansea Market have found themselves isolated in the city centre.
If you look by here now, that used to be a car park. The buses used to come round the corner by here, drop off people at here, pick up people from there. You'd go round the top of the market, round by there, and the people would be dropped off, picked up from the market all the time. That's what made the market very, very busy. We've got the prices in the market to take care of everything ourselves. But it's just getting the people into the city. That's what we need desperately.
The councilman tasked to deal with the traders' problems is the market superintendent and rent collector, John Burns.
There's been markets in Swansea, I'm told, for about 800 years or so. So this is how trade began, and this is how trade continues. It's great to still have individual stallholders in this day and age, one-man bands, and a completely different way of shopping to your sort of, your retail high streets that all look the same, really. Give me markets any day of the week. Possibly an appointment on the weekend?
Oh, yes. Mr. Owens has been around to see me.
Right.
And he threatened me with an axe if I don't pay up or something like that.
That's the method we're employing now. Wit and charm is gone. It's an axe now. Right. Cheers. You've got to know how to sort of keep the peace between people. A lot of times, perhaps traders get a bit stirred up, about silly little matters, and it's a matter of not overreacting and just sort of trying to find, common ground between traders, trying to make sure that, people move on. I do beg your pardon, we're doing 500 in cash.
500, yeah.
Sorry.
One of John's most important tasks is rent collection. He will receive over £1 million from traders each year.
Absolute gentleman.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, sir, on behalf of the City and County of Swansea.
No comment.
These rents are a fraction of what people would pay on the struggling high street. As Britain faces a triple-dip recession, the market is where many of the city's new businesses are heading.
It's one of the few places in Great Britain where you can still get an opportunity to start a business for like reasonably low rates, grow it from scratch, and hopefully it's going to be the start of something really big.
The market's newest business is opening today. A big moment for its owner, Emily Poole.
Is it then, yeah?
Vegan chocolate is no dairy whatsoever, no cream or eggs or anything like that. All it is just replacing the vegan cream for the dairy cream, and that was it.
Emily will be the proud owner of Chocoholics, Swansea's first organic handmade chocolate shop, specialising in vegan confectionery.
I saw a recipe in a vegan magazine for chocolate truffles, so I decided to have a go because I was diagnosed at stupidly 40% lactose intolerant. And so I can have dairy sometimes, sometimes not. So I tried making the vegan chocolate truffles, and everyone liked them.
Emily has given up her job and invested all of her savings to get Chocoholics off the ground.
I'll be selling my own range of chocolate truffles. There'll be about 10 to 20 flavours of my own, and the rest of it will be chocolate boxes of different, not just truffles, of all sorts of different chocolates in boxes. All my ones, they're all made out of dark chocolate. They are cherry blossom, rich cocoa, and then they've got the white chocolate ones, cookie and cranberry, and white chocolate, lemon and coconut ones. And throughout the week there will be a lot more flavours added. I think the only worry is about the money factor. I think you get all the creativity that you want to be, but it's just the worry that it might not make it in a proper business in the long run.
The next 6 weeks will be vital to Emily if Chocoholics is to be a success. She is part of the changing face of the market as traders turn to selling specialist products not found in large superstores. Cobblers, hair extension stalls and old-fashioned sweet shops have also emerged, along with a stall almost entirely devoted to vacuum cleaners.
Vacuum cleaner belts, vacuum cleaner filters, Dyson filters, washing machine belts, tumble dryer belts, and cooker elements.
Even the famous cockle traders have decided to diversify.
Jelly deals. I think it's a London thing. No, I've never tried one. I do eat all shellfish, but I've never tried a jelly deal. It's not for me.
But as the Christmas season approaches, some stalls find themselves battling to keep their customers and are having to throw everything at the business.
I'd probably begin by asking you when the big day is, because time has got a lot to do with it, if we needed to order anything in. But I'd also want to know what your colour theme is going to be.
David and Janet Court have run I Do wedding favours for the last 5 years.
I've been married twice and so has David.
So our wedding was our third marriage each. When we first started the shop, we'd gone from a tiny little hovel working on a table in a spare room to having our own high street presence in a city centre in Swansea. I mean, it was absolutely wonderful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember the very first person who came in bought some table confetti, 2 little packets for £1.50. That was the first thing that went in the till. It was wonderful.
Yay!
We really thought we'd done it, didn't we? The first 3 years was just build, and was absolutely wonderful. But over the last couple of years, commercially, it's just gone down, down, down. Inevitably, with petrol the price it is, and quite frankly the weather as it is today, people are going to want to stay in rather than go out. And if they can do their shopping at home and have things delivered, so much the easier, cheaper, quicker.
David and Janet are fighting for survival against internet shopping and the rise of the superstores.
There's a lot of big shops doing little pieces of what I sell, and very, very cheap. Like you can buy a little box of confetti with a teddy bear on, you know, and they're selling them for about 50p and things like that, and that affects the business. I cannot compete with the big boys, but they don't give the quality that I give.
You manage with that now, is that all right?
Okay, thank you.
For the market's most successful stores, trade is busiest around noon. 15,000 people will pass through the market every day.
What are they?
£2 for £1.
In recent years, stalls have been joined by cafes to feed the appetites of hungry shoppers. Sandy's Lunchbox is the market's newest attraction.
We inherited the business as chez nous, which in French I think means little house or little home. And I thought, well, I haven't got any French roots, and we're a lunchtime trade, and I thought Sandy's Lunchbox, it just couldn't be Rob's Lunchbox for obvious reasons. It had to be Sandy's Lunchbox.
For Sandy Ellis and her boyfriend Rob, this cafe was part of a new chapter in both of their lives.
We met online, and I know people say about dating sites they don't work and all this and all that. I've been on quite a lot of dates before Rob, and some of them appeared in front of me, and I thought, my word, that doesn't look anything like your picture.
Since getting together, Rob has invested his entire pension in Sandy's Lunchbox. This Christmas will be the first real test for the business.
We need to take around 600 to 700 a day. Yes, that's what we need. We don't always take that much money. I mean, you know, but that's what we need.
Sandy and Rob serve a daily carvery,
2 turkey dinners, 2 teas, table 6.
offering a choice of 8 types of vegetable, 4 types of meat, and a cup of gravy, all for £4.50.
I love Jamie Oliver's style. I like the fact of all the family around the table, and it's not all this fancy food that's piled on top of each other, even though I can cook that. I'm more happy when we have a big plate or a big tray of something and in 2 minutes later it's all gone, you know?
Sandy's cooking has created a loyal fan club who have followed her for years to the different cafes she's worked in.
Well, what you pay for this dinner here, you'll pay twice somewhere else. Right? It's cooked fresh every day. She does a lot of it at home and brings it here. That's the passion she has for this place, the passion she has for food. And of course, because of her passion, we like to come here to support her as well. You see? There you go.
But the market's a competitive place, and Sandy is in a constant battle to keep her customers from straying to pastures new.
I want 2 teas for the ladies over there and a coffee for me. Is that too difficult?
No, that's fine.
Well, yeah, get on with it.
Oh, he's a right softie. When we bought him camper last Christmas, he burst into tears.
No, I didn't. Don't say lies. Just a lying bitch.
You've got to know how to treat people in a different way. It's knowing your customer, knowing how to treat them, and just, you know, respecting them in the way that they respect you. I don't mind that Mario swears in front of me, I don't mind, you know?
In tight economic times, a trader's charm can mean the difference between success and failure.
Are you after anything in particular?
Put one, something like that, only smaller, please.
That's the size that is it the bag you want?
Yes, the bag.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Over there. Yep.
You have to listen, otherwise you won't know what they want. If you don't agree with somebody, you have to sometimes try and up the game a little bit by just giving a few gentle suggestions.
What about pearl spray like that? Pearl strands?
No,
Something like that?
Women are sporty women.
Little golf balls? Hail?
I have to be everything to everybody. That's my job. And anybody's job that works in a shop. You don't show anything at all. You never grimace. And then when they go to the shop, then you kick the door in, or you scream, or punch the husband, or... Oh, because some of them, honestly, they haven't got a clue. They really haven't. But, you know, as long as they get out of here happy, that's all I'm concerned about.
So should be chocolate?
For Emily Poole's Chocoholic shop, keeping customers is less of a priority than finding some in the first place.
you like a chocolate sample? They are cherry truffle ones, and they are Belgian white chocolate and milk chocolate. Thank you. There's a stall right behind the engraving centre there in the corner, Chocoholic.
Okay, thank you very much. I just added it.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Would you like a sample? Once I get into the swing of things, I end up asking loads and loads of people the sample of it and just hand out leaflets and things like that. It's just the initial first couple of minutes that I get a bit shy with. Would you like a chocolate sample? They are white Belgian chocolate there, and that's a dark cherry truffle there.
That's a nice one.
There's 14 flavours to choose from.
That one's lovely, that is.
Thank you.
Having spent 10 years working in an office, this is Emily's first experience of market life.
I find it's best normally to keep in the background, and then if people are looking, just ask, do you need any help? But sometimes, even if I'm just standing up or sitting down and I look up, a lot of people see you, even looking, and they just go. But then other times, people like to be spoken to. So most of the time, I've learnt just to try to stay in the background.
If Emily needed a model of how to grow her business, then she need only look to the other end of the market.
Hey, alright?
In 2011, Peter Middleton changed his jewellery stall into a gold buying shop. Within 2 years, he's become Wales's largest independent gold dealer.
First thing we've got to do is separate what's gold and what isn't. Teeth is quite popular. You get quite a few teeth with the tooth still in, which my wife is particularly unfond of. But you know, gold is gold, so it can be surprisingly high in value. Some of the silver objects that come in are quite incredible. I mean, the craftsmanship, and you feel, oh, you can't scrap that off for the value you're going to get.
But scrap it he does. In the last year, Peter's turnover has jumped from £700,000 to £5 million.
There we go, so altogether we got £355.
Never. My God, you're shocking, isn't it? Oh, lovely.
That's not bad, is it?
Excellent.
It's not dishonest in the fact that it's or illegal in any way. I mean, if you've got something to sell, somebody's got the right to offer you whatever they want, and it's up to you to accept that or not.
Thank you very much. Excellent.
Some of our customers, if they're feeling a bit reluctant about selling, say, you know, with the money or part of the money, they can, you know, buy a nice picture frame and get a nice picture made up of that person or whatever, and then the rest of the money they can go on all day. But you'd be pleased to know that there's probably more than you paid for it. £170 cash.
Take it, quick, have it. Sold.
Yeah.
With the price of gold having quadrupled in the last 5 years, Peter is fast becoming the market's wealthiest trader.
Being a millionaire is a bare requirement in about 10 years' time, so if I can have £5 million in liquid assets on my 50th birthday, which is the 25th of May 2018, then I should have enough money to live off for the rest of my life.
Stalls such as Peter's are attractive not just to customers. In times of recession, security is a constant concern in the market, and sometimes the problems of the city bring in a very different clientele.
I told you you went like that, get out! You said down, you said please don't again.
Eric Toms is head of the market security team, tasked with keeping produce in the market and troublemakers out.
Now, am I alright?
No, you're okay. Thank you very much. I'm 54 this year. I'm 5'7.5". That half's important. And I worked in the steelworks for 32 years before I became a security guard. Every day I come in this market, I just don't know what's going to happen next. You can have, like I say, you can have a famous person walking through here, famous rugby players. Yesterday, Mr. Colin Chavis was in here, 96 caps for Wales, should have had 100 as far as I'm concerned. The next minute I can be dealing with somebody that's either petty crime theft, or I can have a drug addict that's walking around and abusing people. You just don't know. The diversity of the job is superb. That's what I like about it. About 100,000 people a week come through the market. Not all of them here to do their shopping.
some of them, like every other city, are here to see if they can shop without paying.
Having only been in the market for 4 months, this will be Eric's first Christmas season.
What's up? Hang on. What's he done?
I followed him out there. He thought... No. I have one man there.
A handbag thief has been caught in the market.
Can you try to get your bag off you? Yes. Can you stay there? Yeah, don't worry about that. Stay there until I get back, yeah? This is what we know so far. 2 members of the public followed you into the market when you were following that lady. They followed you. These are independent witnesses we're talking about now. They watched you follow that lady in. They saw you attempt to grab her bag. She pulled it back off you. And another member of the public, totally independent again, saw you do exactly the same when you were in here. So, on that basis, we're going to phone the police to get the police here.
Eric's security team have got their first arrest of the Christmas season.
I don't think any thief likes any form of security. They're usually opportunists, yeah? And any option, any choice or any quick theft they can make, they'll do it. With the market, they tend to think for some reason that because it's a market, we haven't got the security like you'd have in Boots and Tesco's and the rest of it. But that's where they're wrong.
By late afternoon, trade in the market is quietening down. Many stall holders will have been on their feet since before dawn.
8:55, thank you very much, thank you. If you want to have a good, successful business, you get up at 4:45 in the morning and you come into the market, and you don't go from here until gone 5 in the night. If you don't want a successful business, come in at 10 and go at 3. That's the difference.
It's 4:10 now, and our day started at 5:45 this morning, and it's by no means over. You know, we go straight from here now either to the cash and carry or to the supermarket. And last night we actually didn't arrive home in the house until 9 o'clock.
May I have your attention, please? Swansea Market is now closing. Thank you, and have a pleasant evening.
If you can take the emotional roller coaster, work endlessly, think very hard, and keep on and on and on putting the business before yourself and your relationship, or your family even sometimes, you will make a working business. It's a business model that creates profits even in a recession.
Next time at Swansea Market, the traders get ready for the busy festive season.
So I'll do turkey dinner, no picky blanket and glass of water, yeah? Please, yeah.
Christmas shoppers descend on the city centre.
Cockles, coat, sweets for the kids, and an onion bhaji.
And another new business tries to take advantage of the Christmas rush.
So you're going to come to the store? Because you're 2 good-looking women, like.
Thank you.
Yeah? Yeah?
There's more hustle and bustle from the market same time next week, but if you're after something a bit more relaxing, take another trip down to Gower with us Sunday at 4:35.